Oh, hey, everybody. Welcome to the Hippie Dippy Show. I'm one of your great hosts, Beau Bowker.
And this is his mustache, and I'm Cassidy Stalker.
And I'm Jeffrey J. I don't want a cup situation going on.
I did, well, I held my cup in front of my mustache for the big reveal.
Y- Yeah. Although the mustache was peeking out, it needed attention right away.
Hey, nobody puts mustache in a corner. Uh, I don't know why that makes sense. It doesn't. What, what's wrong?
So I have a question.
What?
Why?
Why not? Better question. Why the heck not?
So this is what
Hmm.
happened. So last night I was cooking dinner. It's the end of
This
the
happened last night. It just
yeah
happens.
yeah. This is what I'm talking about, Jeffrey J. I needed to tell you this. So I'm cooking dinner. It's the end of the day. The end of the day is always kind of action packed. We're trying to get the babies to go to bed so that we can have a little bit of peace, a little bit of
Yeah.
mommy and daddy time. And Beau walks in. He says, "All right, mustache or should I? What was my other
We're
option?
clean shaven.
Or clean shaven." I said, "What? For what? 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 What's going on? Do you have an audition?" And he said, "No, it's happening right now. Mustache or clean shaven? I need answers."
I was done with the beard. It was getting unruly, and this whole mask bullshit is messing up my feelings with my beard. It feels horrible to wear a mask.
Does it feel better with a mustache? Like it's kind of like a
Yeah,
cushion?
yeah. There's a
Oh wait,
cushion.
no, it'd be up here, so that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but guess what? I pull my mask down sometimes, like you,
Yeah.
to breathe in other people's germs because
I
I
do that.
want them.
I do that. I walk by people.
Yeah, yeah. I've been kissing people right on the lips for weeks now, and I got nothing.
Except a few restraining orders.
Right, yeah. But no, I like wearing my mask more because guess what? There's a secret party happening right under this mask, and it's called my mustache, and it's beautiful. I gave you an option, and you chose mustache.
Yeah, I said that. I think that kind of sounds fun. So, anyways, so in the middle of cooking dinner and trying to get these kids ready to eat and go take a bath and go to bed, I got this guy shaving mustache in the other room. Like, why does that have to happen at 6 o'clock at night?
Because I
Why is
was
that?
sick of
Who
it.
shaves a mustache onto their face at 6 o'clock at night?
Shave it onto their face.
Did not understand one aspect of facial hair.
You know what? I think there's something about that. The whole culmination of everything means that mustache is a hero. It saved Bo from a nervous breakdown, is what it sounds like. When
Possibly.
when somebody does something like when you know your body needs a makeover, if you ever like, I have to get my hair done, I have to do it, I need to feel like a new person or whatever. This is what happens when you're like, I'm on the brink. We're in the middle of the most insane part of our day, and I have to make a mustache happen.
I have to make a mustache now.
That is hilarious,
Well,
Jeffrey J. Yes,
get,
that's so true. Probably what's going on. You okay?
yeah. Guess what? Also, this is a prophylactic. That means, ladies and gentlemen at home, I could have sex with anyone and not get
What?
herpes. Listen,
Yeah.
that's not, no. The point is that when you think COVID is going to get through these hairs up into these nasal cavities, never. This is called the human filter. All right.
I think it's true, but I also think that it saves you, but then it lives there for Cassidy, just waiting.
Oh, the coronavirus?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's true, Jeffrey J. You're bringing up really great insights today. Now,
Yeah.
I was kind of on Beau's side, thinking, well, actually, maybe he's onto something because it's true. The hairs in our nostrils are very great, and they do help protect us in a way. That's their
That's why they're
that's
there.
their purpose, right?
Yeah.
And now you add a mustache, and you're right. You are, unless you have one of those really big, billowy ones that really like curl out.
Yeah. Like
I
my
would
dad used to have.
these nostrils are this big. Look at
Not
my
that
nostrils.
big.
Yeah,
Look how big his nostrils are.
yeah, but it's because you're a
Guys,
big person with a
that's
big
1 inch.
face.
They're not inch long. They're pretty big. They
He's
are
got
pretty
huge
big.
nostrils.
Yeah, mine are tiny.
How big are yours, Jeff?
I think they're pretty tiny.
Jeff has a nose job.
I did not get a nose job. I got a teeth job. My teeth were totally screwed up.
What? You got
Yeah.
your teeth done?
Do you not know about my teeth?
I never knew that. I've known you forever.
Okay, this
They're
is going
working.
to change your life. I am willing to even go as far as to post a picture.
Ooh,
What?
before and afters, my favorite type of pic.
This is so bad. I don't know how you don't know this, Beau. My teeth, when I was younger, first, let me preface this by saying this is how bad they were. My mother sent me a picture of the one picture where I'm smiling in third grade. And she said, "It looks like your parents were brother and sister."
Oh my gosh.
And she was right. My teeth were sideways. When
Oh.
I ate an apple, it just slit it on two sides.
No.
Whoa,
You
you're
will
like
see the
Ginsu.
yes. When I ate corn, it would take the two on the sides and leave a middle row.
No.
I once got in trouble because I bit a little girl and I lied about it. When I was in first grade. I bit a little girl and I lied about it, and she said, "We know it's you. Nobody on God's green earth has teeth like this."
Oh my
That's
gosh.
hilarious.
Yeah, so we'll share a picture, but yes, my teeth were so messed up that my wonderful, beautiful parents got me braces at the age of 8.
Oh my.
Okay, so but you don't have veneers or anything like that, right?
No, I just have.
That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
thought you were trying to explain. You have your teeth done, quote unquote veneers.
Oh no, no, they're naturally horse teeth.
Oh, that's so funny because I too had horrible teeth. My front two teeth every day went in. They went in like that, so not
Oh
completely, but
yeah.
almost parallel to one another, right? So at an angle, and they were just totally jacked. So in second grade, I had headgear,
What?
and
Second
in
You
grade?
second
one
grade,
upped me.
I sure did. And you
Wow.
know what? I was so proud of my headgear. I thought they were so cool. And my
Aw.
orthodontist specifically said, do not let her wear this headgear to school. First of all, it's not safe. Second of all, she will get made fun of. And I
If
said,
there is a lightning storm, she will be a liability.
I I begged my mom after that appointment, can we please go back to my class? I have to show everyone my headgear. I thought they were so cool. It was the one where you have kind of like a rectangular neck pillow that hooks right here with plastic things, and then the big wire that comes across and hooks into whatever those are, kind of like caps on your
Oh my
teeth.
god.
Forrest Gump of the face.
Cassidy, did
I did.
you always wear your hair in a ponytail too? Because you were a walking 90s movie.
I just don't know about that. But what I do know is I went to my second grade class, and my teacher was Kathy Castro. And I did a little presentation on my headgear, and then I think my mom told me to take it off.
Take it off. You're ruining the family.
Your confidence is only gonna last so long. This is like Beau. Your confidence only lasts so long until enough people say something about it.
I wore it at sleepovers. I was so proud of my headgear. I thought they were so cool, and nobody ever teased me.
I'm
No one.
so proud of you. That's the thing. That's like with Beau. He's so confident about his stupid mustache, which honestly, I say stupid because I'm jealous. I'll be honest. If I could do something that looked that ridiculous, I would do it. You see the shirts I wear. Hey,
Here's the thing. I honestly think that I look dashing.
you
I
do look dashing.
I do
Do I
find
look
I
dashing?
do find you attractive with that mustache. Now, the first time I found you attractive with a mustache when you did that lifeguard film where you had to gain a lot of weight and then have the mustache, and there was something about it I just kind of was into it.
I was
Yeah.
incredibly
You
overweight.
like the dad bod.
Oh no, this is like my two dads bod. Like this is like a lot of bods. We watched it. We went to the theater and watched. So basically, I gained extra weight
Yeah.
for the role, but like I had already gotten quite fat. Like
Oh.
we almost didn't get the part because the person when she wrote it, Chopin, she I was gonna say her last name, but it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Murabulbayeva. She's from Kazakhstan. Um,
She's
and
great.
when she wrote it, she had me in mind, but she's like, but you are too handsome to play this. And I was like, that's like the nicest thing anybody's ever said. But also, you haven't seen me in 6 months,
Yeah.
and I've been eating with my twin pregnant wife,
Yeah.
and just eating a steady diet of meatball sandwiches and milk. Like, I didn't even weigh myself at that time. I weighed myself after I started losing weight. And when I started losing weight, I was like 236, which is far beyond what I ever weighed. And so I was probably almost 250 pounds at the time. And to give you an idea, right now I'm 190.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
how much weight I gained when I was pregnant with the twins.
yeah.
About 60 pounds.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. I was just thinking this. I was like, gee, that many pounds? It's so many pounds. And so, but yeah, and then we like watched the premiere like in like a theater, and there's like I play a lifeguard, so I had to be like comically fat.
Yeah.
Like, it was better. The fatter I was, the better.
And
Yeah.
not just a lifeguard, with the red shorts. He was a lifeguard in when
Dolphin
she
shorts.
gave him multiple speedos. She said, "I don't know if you're gonna be comfortable." This was practically man thong, shiny red man thong.
I didn't go with that one. Yeah,
I
yeah.
know, but
It was too much. It was too much.
he had to try it on.
I did.
It was interesting.
And so, anyways, but we watched it, and there's like, of course, a slow motion scene of me
Oh
getting
yeah.
out of the water,
Yeah.
and we both like turned and looked at each other, and we were both like, I didn't know I/you were that fat.
Yeah.
Like, we had no idea how. Like, if
Really?
you've seen it on like a 30-foot screen or whatever,
Yeah.
like, oh no.
But is it so?
Um,
But you are fit now, or like when you were watching it too. So is
No, I
there's some?
wasn't that fit. I was more fit. I was probably like 218 pounds
All
when
right. But
I
I was thinking like maybe there was a pride thing of like, look how comically fat I can get.
No, I was still too close to it. I was at the point of like, I'm at a turning point. I'm at a crossroads in my life. Either I just
This
keep
is
going.
solidifying that I'm going the other way.
Yeah, I either really commit to this and get government assistance, or or I need to start cutting out the meatballs.
Because I would think too, like if I gained a bunch of weight for a role, or lost a bunch of weight. If I lost a bunch of weight, I'd stay there. I'd be like, yeah, I did this for a role, and now whatever I'm doing to cheat to get to this thin, I'm gonna do this forever.
Right.
Hello, cocaine. Goodbye, health. um, but I think there would be a pride in it because controlling your body is one of the most powerful things that you can do. And
Yeah.
somebody even said that, some actor said that, is that controlling your body's shape is one of the most powerful things you can do. Which whoever it was sounded really stuck up whenever he said it. But anyways, the point is, but you were not where you wanted to be, so I could see yourself being like, I was just fat.
Yeah, yeah. But that's such a great point that you bring up too, like having that control, and being able to reclaim your body essentially, and like your control over um, where you're at health wise, because I can say as the senior member of this podcast, like over the last couple of years, I've been like, oh God, if I don't get this under control, like I don't have like I felt like I don't have many more shots at being in the best shape of my life.
Yeah.
So I actually a year or two ago, or like either at the beginning of this year and probably at the beginning of last year, I did it too. I was like, I need to, for myself, get in the best shape of my life. I really want to do that. And I didn't know if it was possible because I was in like my back hurt and stuff like that. Like I had like chronic back issues and like a bunch of neck issues and stuff like that. And then, yeah, I kind of, I got in touch with my bod and showed myself via Sacred Sons, shout out, especially to Trevor Spring, who deals with, he's like one of my mentors, and like he deals a lot with like movement and body and like, and letting go basically of like, these limitations that we put on ourselves. And like, cause I don't know, like, do you guys feel this? Like, the older you get, the more you're like, oh God, I could really get hurt riding a skateboard right now. Like.
I used to be like, man, I want to go do this, and then I took my longboard out without stretching. And
There
I
you
was
go.
like,
Exactly.
why does this now scare me? Because now breaking it, before I wasn't scared of breaking an arm.
Right.
And
Yeah.
now I don't have insurance.
Right. Right. Yeah.
No, the big difference is that like I just know that previous injuries now have come back. Like
Mm.
old times I've broken my arm. Now I'll do something I'm like, That's because I broke my arm when I was little. I need to remember that."
Ah, interesting.
So,
Interesting. Well, and so another part of what I did was, along with what I learned from Sacred Sons and just testing my body more, um, there, because like I had to like wrestle another man, and
hot.
it was pretty hot. It was not. But yeah, like I've come to know that any pain you have in your body, is there is an emotional relationship with it as well, and so
Yes.
part of how I healed my back is by healing my relationship with my father. What do you
Wow.
think of that, you damn dirty
See,
hippies?
there was a reason why we're talking about all this, you guys.
Yeah, we gotcha.
Yeah.
It came back to something super hippie. Um,
Happy Father's Day.
Happy belated Father's Day, all you fathers, all you dads and grads.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations, congratulations, class of 2020. I mean, the signs, they're everywhere. They're
Can I
everywhere.
say
They're everywhere.
something?
They're everywhere. We're still celebrating this.
Class
We
of
should.
2020.
Just
No,
saying.
class of 2020, you better do something so special. You
Yeah.
guys better really step it up, because the incessant banners,
Yeah.
people have all these hoax conspiracies. I think all this, if you want to go with a hoax, let's say this is all started by Big Banner.
Yep. The
The
Big
Big Banner
Banner
is behind
Company.
all this.
We
You've
live
heard
in
of Big Pharma, Big Tobacco. This is Big Banner.
we live in
Yeah.
apartments, right? And all over our apartment community, people have banners hanging off of their balconies for different intents and purposes.
Hey, Jaden, congrats. You graduated 8th grade. Fine, you graduated high school. Great. I get it. Also, your senior year was cut short. That sucks. But guess what? Your 6th grade graduation, it means nothing.
Yeah.
You did nothing.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna have to ask you to lower your voice because we got kids napping. This is the nap time recording session.
Yeah.
And second of all, you talk about rites of passage, and you talk about how we don't really do that anymore and honor that as a society. So, and how important they are, right? And I think that it is important. You know, okay, do we really need the kindergarten graduation? No, but is it cute and fun and like it sort of is. I do think it is important, in thinking like, okay, you're going into elementary school and you can talk about that because we are promoting so much more awareness nowadays. The 6th grade promotion into middle school, that's a huge, middle school sucks.
Yeah, that's when your kid becomes a dick. So you need that graduation to be like, that's when they still love you and your kid is like comfortable and not ashamed of you. And then you lose them.
You
So
have
you
to
need
start
that
having
one.
like, yes, you have to start having the birds and the bees talks and like that is I
When?
think, well, when I left elementary school, okay, so in San Diego, elementary school was supposed to be kindergarten through 6th grade. Now I moved to Temecula for middle school, and middle school was sixth, seventh, eighth. So I didn't have that bridge. I didn't have any talks. I just all of a sudden was pushed from elementary school into middle school. And on the first
Puberty
day of middle school,
land.
I learned a lot of words, you guys. I learned the word blowjob.
Mm.
I learned a lot of other words, and I won't say what they are. We don't need to go there, but that is a big deal, right? That's a big
Yeah.
deal. Middle school is like
Blowjobs are
shock,
huge.
shock. Shock. Man, what a couple of years. So I think that those are important.
What a couple of years. Good God.
No, not like
Oh
that.
God.
Goodness gracious.
Oh man.
Mustache rise.
Oh my god. You learned that? Was it? Oh my god, that's amazing.
Oh my
Has
God.
anyone, so that, first of all, that phrase, has anyone ever said that seriously? Ever? Ever?
Yeah,
Like
for sure. I guarantee
like
In the
you.
70s,
Yeah,
maybe.
70s and 80s. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
now you're just not supposed to have them. And yet,
Right.
here you are.
I saw something and I don't know if it was real and I didn't fact check it, but sometimes on your phone you sign on to the Google, right? The Google app, and there's always these like little articles that they recommend. And the first article that came up, this is like a month ago, was something about Mexico stating that you have to shave, they're banning mustaches. I don't know if that was a real article or not. I didn't click on it, but they said that in regards to COVID.
There have been things where people were requiring clean shaven faces because of it. There were some professions.
Well, and I was going to say that too, that like back when beards first became like super popular for us white fellas a couple years back, there were all these articles, I'm sure, written by people that cannot grow itching beards, that were like, oh, guess what? There's a bunch of feces in every beard. Oh, guess what? All the beards are covered in semen. Like, it
I
was like,
remember that. I remember the
yeah,
feces
we
thing.
talked about it. We talked about it at the time, and huh? Yeah, and because they're supposed to like catch a bunch of gross.
Yeah, it catches particles or whatever. But that means it's also in your eyebrows of everyone. There's
Yeah,
Yeah,
just poop everywhere. Just get over it. There's poop on you right now.
they're
Y'all more so, you have kids.
they're
But
short.
yeah,
even
everybody
me, I'm sure I've got poop on me somewhere.
right now in your
Yeah.
pants.
Yeah. Definitely got poop somewhere.
I can smell it.
So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Um,
I don't know what podcast this is
listen,
anymore.
we've gone a lot of places. Let's recap some things. Number one, you can heal your body by healing your emotional trauma. I think we should do a whole episode on that soon.
Yeah.
Drop us a comment or an email and let us know if you guys are interested in such a thing. And or if you guys have any experience or ideas about that, or if you think I'm a total nut job. Um,
Rates rate his mustache on a scale of 1 to 10 in the comments.
yeah, rate my mustache, you guys. 10 out of 10 would bang. Okay.
The mustache. Only the mustache.
Yeah.
Your poor face dodging everything.
Hey guys, I'm married. My mustache
It's
is.
not you, Beau. Get out of here. It's just the mustache.
I don't get it.
And also, coronavirus was started by Big Banner.
I love that and car flags.
Car flags
Car
are
flags
very big.
and paint markers
Paint
Yeah.
markers.
And
All growing all over
all
the
over
cars.
the cars.
Yeah.
They're all over all the cars.
yeah. And it would be too easy to say masks. Masks just happened to skirt in there. They didn't know it was coming.
They did.
They're like, oh, we're masks now.
Yeah, that's just they hit the lottery.
They
You
did.
got lucky 3M.
Yeah.
And billion trillion dollar company got lucky, and I agree with you though. Rites of passage, I take back my making fun of Jaden for graduating 6th grade. You're right, rites of passage are important. We have to talk about transitions and moving from one stage of life to the next. That's part of what's missing in our culture right now, is that boys and girls are just thrust into uh, literally thrust into their bodies, into each other's bodies. And they, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Anyways, the point is, a little boy grows into this big, huge man body where he can grow a sick stash, but he is not matured. He's not matured into a man. He hasn't been shown how to be a mature masculine.
Yeah. I have a question now. I know we're supposed to get into something else. I
Okay.
have a
We
question now.
are. We will.
Do you think it is? I've never thought of this. It just came to my brain when you
Mhm.
said this, and you're talking about rites of passage.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possibly a good thing sometimes when maybe certain religions or cultures have this pressure of you're a man at this age and you work up to this ritual where you then are becoming a man at that age? Yes, it's a set age, but is there maybe something to be said? And I have no idea where I stand on this. I'm just saying it out loud.
Yeah.
For saying like, hey, at this point you're going to have to start thinking like an adult, or your life should change at this point. Does it maybe create a moment of reflection to have some sort of an age as a rite of passage instead of now where we just grow up and it's like I'm 33 and I'm still living with my parents?
Right.
I, I don't know.
So I think that's exactly what I'm saying, isn't it? I think we're saying the same thing.
Yeah,
Where
well, that's what I'm asking because I know there's, I mean, what I've never thought about. I've always thought it was kind of dumb. Like, oh, you're a man at this age.
right,
You're a
because
man
right,
now.
like
Yeah, I have
in
a thought.
Jewish religion,
Yeah,
you're
or and
a
I'm not specifically
person.
talking about that too because
I know,
I don't
but
know,
that's an
but
example.
yeah, it's an example. Or like, or at 18, you're a grown up. This is it
Oh
now,
yeah,
and whatever. Uh,
right,
this is dumb. Like, at what age are you a grown up? At what age can you now not smoke cigarettes, but you can enlist in the army?
right.
Those types of things. But I can now maybe see building up to someone's point in their life where they're encouraged to think differently.
Right.
Right. So I think that it's not like this, okay, you're 18, that's it. You're not a boy anymore. You're now a man. I don't think that we should do that, right? That doesn't work. That's like very rigid. That's I don't think that's what's meant by like a rite of passage. Like a rite of passage, think it's like a turning point in your road, right? It's a
Mm-hmm.
turning point in your journey, and now you will start to view things a little bit differently, be more mindful in this way, and you're not supposed to understand it all. Like this is where the work comes in as a mother and father in the explanation process, in honoring that
Transition.
transition, right? So yeah, I think it's all in the language, and we don't need to apply so much pressure around it, right? I think that I could see, that there was like some pressure around turning 18, and nope, when you're 18, you got to get out of this house and figure it out and get a job.
Yeah.
I already had a job, but get out of this house, go to college, go live somewhere else, figure it out. You're an adult. And there was a little bit of pressure like that, I think coming more so from my father. And not complaining. I do see, why he made these choices and said it in
Sure.
this way. However, now trying to integrate what I experienced with what you experienced and what we, might consider holding space for our children. I just don't think that it's like so cut and dry, black or white. Um,
Yeah,
do you understand?
I don't think that there should be this one moment where necessarily where it's like you're 18, happy birthday, bye bye.
Yeah.
Like I think it's got to be. I think it's you know there's got to be some conditioning leading up to that, and some
Conversations.
some conversations and and mindful conversations. Like I don't think it should be like I don't know. I don't think it should necessarily be like a Karate Kid situation where it's like, Mr. Miyagi has Daniel like do all this stuff, like wash the car and or buff the car and like paint the fence, and then all of a sudden, and Daniel's like, "Hey, Mr. Miyagi, why have I been doing this all the time?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah," and just comes at him with all these punches and kicks, and he's like, "Paint the fence," and then like he blocks all the stuff, like
Why do
like
I feel like this is your fantasy? This is this is
fantasy.
what you dream of doing with Jack one day. One day you're gonna act this out, and you're not gonna let him see Karate Kid so that he doesn't understand what you're doing yet. Then later on you'll watch it together and be like, "Remember when I did that?"
When I hit you in the face and you weren't ready.
After making you paint a fence.
That's how my mom was. She used to do stuff like, what do you say that's a little bit more like my mom? We would be in the elevator and and I'm just a young girl, not a little girl, maybe a teen. And all of a sudden she would be like, date rape, and I would like try to fight back my mom, and she said, you gotta be prepared.
Oh my God, that's both adorable, amazing, and terrifying.
I know.
Like you live in fear of old ladies date raping you in the elevator.
But now I'm really quick.
Yeah.
Remember that episode?
Paint the fence. Um, that episode. Um,
Oh, I love you both.
so my point is, I think that it shouldn't be like we love you too. I think that it shouldn't be like. I think that there should be mindful conversations around this transition as you build towards it. Um, and I think that there should be like a ceremony, literally, like you know what I mean, like something to honor it. And yes, we have birthday parties and things like that, but something symbolic to honor it.
Well,
The
and you can build towards that. There are ways to prepare and make it an exciting, thing that they've built towards and work towards as well. When you've earned money throughout your life as a child and you've learned about business things and learned how to be creative and you've got purpose as well, it can make this whole thing not a get out of the house, you got to make it work, instead of the most exciting thing as you
yeah,
continue on your journey. That's what makes it, amazing.
totally, yeah.
Yeah, there's this really beautiful book that Beau brought home after his experience with Sacred Sons, and it's called King, Warrior, Magician, Lover, and it is um, Carl Jung, right? His
Well,
like his
yeah, students of his,
philosophy
yeah,
or
people
something
that
like that.
study Carl Jung's, yeah.
In regards to the male archetype, the integrated male archetype. So we look at, we hear feminists say smash patriarchy. And they sort of have a point in that this patriarchy that we're experiencing is full of boys, really. These men, quote unquote, have never actually been integrated into manhood, have never been initiated into manhood. They're still
Like healthy
embodying, right,
masculinity.
healthy masculinity. They're still embodying these boy mentalities, this huge ego, abuse of power. This is all boy, that not boys, but right, your child
The
self.
boy mentality, yeah, an immature boy mentality that is just ego driven and tyrannical and things like that, and wants to remain in power and feels threatened by
Yeah.
things and stuff like that, as opposed to like well, and that's one thing that they talk about in this, which is in this book, which is uh, don't conflate toxic masculinity with masculinity itself. Like true masculinity is a beautiful thing. It's
Yeah.
just like true femininity. It's a really special thing, and it's an important part of the world and life. But toxic masculinity doesn't come from a true initiated masculine man. It's just a boy mentality that's
Mm.
in a grown man's body wearing a sick mustache.
Yeah. I'm so curious to possibly look into, because I went in and I did a little bit of a dive on Sacred Sons,
Ooh,
And
cool.
I'm
Cool.
super curious about it because I have pushed away masculinity. As
Mm.
weird as it is to say that a person becomes a trans man and transitions female to male, and that masculinity scares the shit out of me still, and I can see it as very toxic and not as a masculine person. I'm a dude who's so incredibly not masculine. And I think it would be life transforming to figure out my relationship with masculinity. So
That's
I
cool.
definitely have plans for it when it makes sense.
That's cool,
That's
dude. That's
really
really
beautiful.
beautiful.
And oh, hi.
Oh, and I will let you know that there are transgendered men in the Sacred Sons community.
Yeah, sweet. That's amazing. Cause
Yeah,
that
somebody just posted the other day, and he said, you guys have accepted me, and and I want to know that you guys can do that for other people as well. Other people that have transitioned as well. And like, are you guys in? Like, are you really in it? Like, you've been here for me. Are you open to everybody? And everybody was just like, yes,
that's
totally.
awesome.
I think that's so beautiful. So here's something that's coming up right now. I'm still kind of trying to digest it. So I'm thinking, Jeffrey J, like, for example, um, I could go to yoga and do it as a workout, and that's my only relationship with yoga. But actually, yoga has such a beautiful and deep history, and there is, a spiritual and philosophical practice behind it all, at the root of it all. And so, if I'm going to practice something, why would I not want to really understand it
Mm.
and explore it in a deep, deep level and state? And maybe I might find out, I don't agree with some of the things, and then I take, I take what I want from it, um, in such a way, right? This is kind of a loose example. And then I move forward. So you said that you sort of resisted masculinity for a little bit
Still
there,
do.
and you have your reasons.
Yeah.
Totally, I completely understand. But now you're a little bit open to exploring it in a different way, right? In a different perspective. Like, masculinity is just a word. It's just a word because our brain needs to concept, or needs to grasp things in concepts with a label,
Mhm.
right? To be able to process. And again, there's an abuse of that word, and then there's also a different version. We live in a dualistic world and society, so there's also another side. And I just really appreciate that you were looking into that on your own, time and terms, and trying to maybe try it on and see if that community works for you or resonates with you, if that explanation of that term works for you or resonates with you.
Thank you. That's really cool. Yeah, it's cool. It's interesting too. I said I didn't think it would be something that I would do, but I'm fascinated by it. Well, it's weird when you like take pride in, because I take pride in saying like I'm not masculine. It's one of my like
Mhm.
and why do I do that? Why is it important for me to distance myself from that? Is there a fear built into it? I'm sure there's so many different things, and I love the idea of now being where I am in my transition too, where there's so many different levels of understanding what you are. Because at first,
Mhm.
when you start transition, you have this singular idea of what a man is. So I walked differently, I spoke differently, I pretended like I liked football, and didn't
Yeah.
get away with it, obviously. Yeah, of course I watched the game or whatever. Like you just have to be so fake, and then you settle into yourself, and you kind of. But that life is a journey figuring out where you are. Beau used to
And
not have this weird mustache,
yeah.
and then you settled on this, and we'll see how long
Settled.
it lasts. Before we got on, I said, "Look, we got to get started, or you're gonna start solving an '80s crime."
Well, the shirt doesn't.
It
You
really does complete the package.
know,
You look like what's the Miami one? Which one was that one?
Miami Vice, but I
That's
think you're thinking of Magnum PI.
that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Yeah. You look like Magnum PI meets Robin Williams from the Birdcage.
because of
Oh
the
my
chest hair
god,
and the
that's great! I love that movie.
Magnum PI, more like Magnum PU.
Yeah, 'cause there's shit in your mustache.
Oh my. I told him that he looks like he just got off set from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh, absolutely. There's so much you can do with this if you have the confidence to keep it up.
Oh yeah, I've got the confidence.
I love it.
I
I
love that.
genuinely do. And I think that's part of what's fun about it is too is that like it does look great on you. It really does. It looks good.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're a good-looking set of people right now.
What do you want to say?
I already told you I'm sort of into it.
Sort of into it.
That's the
Whoa.
thing about the mustache too. We'll see how long this play lasts. Then when she gets like really mad at you, then if you shave it off, maybe it'll be like when you shave it off for a baby, and she'll be like, "This is a new guy. Okay, I'm not so mad at you anymore."
I did experience
That's
that when
funny.
we were first dating. We were dating for quite some time with big beard over here, and then all of a sudden he shaved it, butt naked face,
For
and
headshots.
and I was like, I don't know, I feel like I'm cheating on you. It's like strange.
Yep. Yep.
It's that
And
weird
sure.
moment where you're not sure if you like the person as much without facial hair.
That's right. Yeah. I was honestly nervous at that point. I was like, oh my God, what if she sees too much?
Yeah,
Or like, oh no, this is what's under there? Oh,
yeah.
just jaw.
Well, I
No.
feel like your jaw becomes soft with a beard under it because you never have to kind of make it look good.
Yeah.
So you got to strengthen back up once you shave it. Do those little
Oh,
neck muscles.
right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
there we go.
Um, one thing I want to say is I feel like the term masculinity has become like the term God, in that God is at its core, God's a wonderful, beautiful thing, but it was taken to mean something negative for a lot of people.
A hateful, specific white man in the sky, and
Sure.
or
Yeah.
instead of the idea of God being everything, anything you want it to be, etc. At
Yeah. Well,
all.
and to be fair too, God's name was used in vain. It was used in wars. It was, and it was used in persecution and things like that. And same thing has happened with masculinity. Masculinity has been known to, oh, that's part of the patriarchy. Masculinity, toxic. Like, but we have to know that there's a beautiful, wonderful, balanced version of masculinity.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean what it's become or what it has come to mean.
And that's also a huge generalization that's false. And I tend to use hyperbole and generalize too. And I really try to become more mindful of that because that's so hurtful and wrong.
Yeah, you're right. We need to specify it more. Like we need Crayola masculinity, like non-toxic masculinity.
That's funny.
Um,
Yeah. Well, because it's this idea too, is like what we've taken to mean as a man is tough and doesn't cry and blah blah blah, and like that's masculine. Crying isn't masculine. Bullshit. You can be like a masculine initiated male, meaning somebody who has been brought into manhood, who's learned what it means to be a well balanced man. That, oh, we got a crying baby.
look, this is
Uh,
what happens when you say it's okay to cry.
right,
One of them starts.
but not you. Kid is
Um,
um.
and just to talk too on the next week, we are gonna talk about cacao.
We are, you guys.
And we're
We
gonna do a
are.
cacao ceremony and then talk about it. And we didn't get to it this week, and I think it's because we just had so much catching up to do. We hadn't really seen each other in a couple weeks, and
Yeah.
you know, it
Yes.
I feel like sometimes you can't force the topic, and that's what's made this show so good so far too.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Um,
and yeah, no. Look, we go where it takes us, and yeah, just to finish that thought though, that masculinity, um, it means the ability to be present with your emotions, because that's how you deal with it. We've been sold this, that masculinity is pushing it down and getting rid of it, and the feelings, the trauma, the hurt, and that's BS. The real toughness and real strength is facing all that stuff and dealing with it and allowing yourself to be present with it.
yeah.
And again, that's a lot of what they talk about at Sacred Sons. And
Yeah, it's cowardly to refuse to run away from feelings, and it's cowardly and not masculine to suppress rather than face it head on. That's courage, is to say I've got to deal with this thing, so I'm going to,
exactly.
as much as
Exactly.
it'll hurt.
Yep, exactly. And that's being a true man, or balanced masculine man, is yeah, allowing yourself to be present with that. Because when you lock it all in, that's what the ego wants to do. The ego wants to get it away, and don't deal with it, because then I'll have to do work, and then I'll have to be healthy, and then I'll have to, you know,
Yeah, no one likes that.
no one wants that.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, but we will. Yes, we intended to get to cacao today, and
Oh my
we will
God, it's so
do
beautiful
so.
too.
It is. It really is. And it's a wonderful plant medicine. And I cannot wait to talk about it. Cassidy is a cacao practitioner. And yeah, she knows what she's doing. And I have a lot of experience with it. And Jeffrey J's just being introduced to it, and going on this journey. And so I think we've got a good little swath of experience and mindsets. And yeah, we're excited. We're excited to be back. We've been off and on for the last couple of weeks, based on uh, emotion and the times in society, and personal stuff, for me. And yeah, yeah, I was growing this mustache
Yeah, you
for
had to.
you people.
I feel like that's what it was. It was like a Joaquin Phoenix thing with you. You're like, I'm not gonna come back until I'm gonna make a whole show about it.
Oh man, no, my dad. I've been dealing with my dad's health and all that sort of stuff, and it's all good. No, it's all in process, and yeah. But thanks for your patience, our loyal subscribers and listeners, and yeah, please keep
Yeah,
checking in with us and telling us how you feel, and also more importantly, keep checking in with yourselves. Hmm.
yeah. Can I say one thing too? Because I know sometimes we talk about comments and things that people say or post for us.
Mm-hmm.
I got something. My mother called me after the last episode,
Mm-hmm.
and she said that what you said was so wise
Mm-hmm.
and so wonderful, and she it brought her to tears, and that
Oh,
that
that's awesome.
um she said seeing your growth has been amazing, and that she just basically said it was so well put, and she was very impressed by you. Um, it was spoken differently from what I said, but it was basically the same thing. But yeah, you made my mom cry. So
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to make people cry, but why I say that's awesome is because, the fact that anything that I say could resonate with somebody, and your mom is somebody that I respect and love very much, and she's somebody that has known me through the years, and known some of my comments and outlandishness, and silliness, as I make jokes and things like that. And so, yeah, it just feels good to be seen, but to and to resonate with uh, anyone, and perhaps especially your mama. So I love you, Mama Jeffrey J.
Yeah. Okay, also too, because she loves your silliness too. So that's not. It's like that's
I,
the cool thing about her too is that she loves it so much, and she will, as much as she'll say that in the next moment, she has said to me before, I can't wait to rub it in Beau's face how hard it is raising twins when he said it was gonna be so easy, and I'm like, Mom, we're gonna wait on that. Now
she's right. She got me. All right. Look, I've said some very stupid things too.
So if she balances herself out, one moment she's like, he was the most beautiful, well spoken, and the next moment she wants to, I told you so, you. So
Oh,
hard.
I just want to hear it in her lovely accent,
Her lovely Texas accent.
like that,
Wh-
Texas City, Texas.
Oh, well,
Um,
this was lovely. It seems like I wish, is Cassidy with the babies in the room?
she is. She's with her daughter on the couch over there.
All right, well, I love you both, and
We love you, and we love all of you for listening. Thank you guys so much. And oh, okay. Cass wants us to do a moment of gratitude. I know that Jeffrey's got to get going. Jeff, do you want to lead it, or would you like me to do it?
you can do it. I've got
Okay.
5 minutes, so I'm good.
Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you, Cass. I'm with you. We're with you. And
Mm.
so we like to close the shows out by taking a breath, closing down our eyes if you can, safely do so wherever you are. And take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out. And one more. This is our opportunity to just let settle all the different topics, all the silliness that we went through during the show, and the meaningful things that we went through during this episode. And I know that we are so grateful to have shared this time with all of you. I feel like Mr. Rogers right now. And this is our opportunity to just all collectively recognize that we're perfect, right where we are, right as we are. And knowing too that us as the hosts and you as the listeners, um, and between each listener, we're all connected. And obviously, it goes far beyond the reaches of this show. But know that there are others listening to the show and vibing on what you're vibing on and feeling what you're feeling. And you're not alone. And we're all in this together, this thing called life, this wonderful, wacky, crazy adventure. And let's just take a couple more breaths and give gratitude for this oneness, this connectivity. And give gratitude to yourself for taking this time to listen, for taking this moment to breathe and be still. And just know that you are loved by us, by each other, and by this universe. You are so deeply supported and loved exactly as you are. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.